conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy. Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Yep, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. Welcome to a Tuesday, the 19th day of May for 2026. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way. All of your news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. Lots going on again today. The Nebraska men's basketball team has announced its second game of its non-conference schedule for the 2026-2027 season. We'll tell you who the Huskers will be playing here this November. Jordy Fromm of Nebraska has been named to the top 3 list for USA Softball's Collegiate Player of the Year. Of course, the Huskers getting ready to face Oklahoma State in the Super Regionals coming up on Thursday in Lincoln. The state high school baseball tournament, they played 12 games yesterday in the cold and the rain, got all 12 in. We've got the results and the matchups coming up. We had district golf yesterday at both Southern Hills and Hastings and at Indian Head in Grand Island. We've got the complete results there. The state high school track and field championships will get underway tomorrow at Omaha Burke Stadium as they begin their 4-day run. State soccer championship games are planned for tonight and tomorrow. Had an interesting game in the NBA last night in the playoffs, and Montreal wins an overtime game with the Buffalo Sabres in the NHL playoffs. So all that and more is coming up for you here this morning as you join us at the breakfast table, so to speak. We get you up and get you rolling here for a Tuesday as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. I'm looking at the Buffalo Sabres attire. You've got that put away for another year or what?
Yeah, we boxed it up, and we're going to dish out some Hurricanes gear later on this week. We're just going to move from one team to another. Pretty much anybody but Montreal and Colorado, right? Like, those are the only 2 teams that I cannot stand in the NHL. I guess you throw Chicago Blackhawks in there as well, but they've been so bad for so many years that they've been irrelevant. So, hatred towards Colorado because they're Colorado, and Montreal last night gets the 2-0 lead. Sabres battle back. I don't know. I thought Buffalo played so much better hockey last night than the Canadians did. The Canadians got a lucky bounce in overtime. Buffalo got a 2 or 3 post. There was another controversial moment about 10-minute mark in the third period. Wes McCauley, veteran NHL umpire, loses side of the puck and blows the play dead. The puck was still well alive, and Buffalo buried it in the back of the net, albeit a premature whistle. So end up falling 3-2. Montreal moves on. They'll take on Carolina on Thursday. The things officially kick off with the Western Conference Finals on Wednesday with Colorado and Vegas. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, so you got Las Vegas and Colorado, Western Conference Finals starting on Wednesday, and Montreal and Carolina in the East. So 2 of the teams that you can't stand are still standing in the playoffs.
Yeah, but there's still some watchable teams to root for. If Carolina goes out, I'll just let you take the NHL headlines as well when we do our NBA NHL bet, because at that point I will officially have lost interest and will no longer be watching hockey. So, here's the thing with Carolina, right? And this is something to talk about in how this all structures out. Carolina has played in 4 games since April 24th. They've played 4 games. They swept. They have sat now for 14 days and will have sat for another 3, I think, before taking on the Eastern Conference Finals, because they
swept their opening round series, and now they've sat for 14 days.
They've just chilled, right? They haven't had to play anybody.
That's either A, a long time, or B, they are well rested.
And I think that, listening to the pundits, most are like former hockey players, right? Like they said that they would prefer rest this time of year and come back and be sharp. They said it might take like maybe a period or two to find the skates, but then they're going to be right back up to speed. So I don't know. The players would probably side with it gives them rest. I say it gives them rust. But also, man, Montreal got the shit beat out of them by Buffalo through the course of a 7-game series.
Carolina could be in a primo spot there to win that baby.
Could be.
Or at least to grab the lead. They might go out and smoke Montreal the first game or two. Then Montreal will find their way.
I was gonna say,
it's the postseason.
Yeah.
So
the way
anyway,
around.
That's what happened in the National Hockey League last night. In the NBA, I can't believe we're leading with NBA and NHL, but it's just the way the show runs sometimes.
Sad day.
San Antonio beat Oklahoma City last night, 122-115 in double overtime for game number 1 in the Western Conference Finals. So San Antonio leading there now 1-0. Game 2 will be Wednesday in OKC. But yeah, San Antonio goes out, maybe surprises the Thunder a little bit, and winning a double overtime thriller last night on the hardwood, 122-115. The Eastern Conference Finals will get started tonight with Cleveland playing in New York against the Knicks. But I saw some posts last night, some people that I follow. Is the NBA championship going to be decided here between San Antonio or OKC?
No.
You think Cleveland
Screw San Antonio
and New York have a chance to maybe give you one of those two teams a run?
I think the Knicks are probably the second best team in the NBA. I think it might be by a pretty significant gap. But right now, San Antonio is giving OKC a run for their money. The cynic in me says that they probably just pissed him off, and now it'll be 4 straight games of an absolute ass kicking.
Yeah, they probably poked the bear.
Right, you poke the bear. Like, it's fun once. You don't really get to ever do it again. So yeah, I think OKC can flex, but yeah, I think New York flexes in that East, and I think that gives basketball fans what they want to see: the high potent New York Knicks offense that has just been lighting up the stat sheet versus Oklahoma City, who is one of the very few teams in the NBA that resembles anything close to a defense. And they do it pretty well in OKC, and you see the results, except for last night's double overtime loss.
All right, so there you go. Your update from the NBA and the NHL from last night. Major League Baseball had some interesting things happen last night. The New York Mets, they scored 10 runs in the 12th inning to beat Washington last night by a score of 16-7. New York became the first National League team to score at least 10 runs in an extra inning since the 1919 Cincinnati Reds broke loose for 10 runs in the 13th inning in their win over Brooklyn. So the Mets scoring 10 runs in the 12th inning last night to beat Washington by the score of 16-7. Hasn't been done in the National League since, 1919.
You gotta love those nuggets in baseball and big offensive numbers. There was a low offensive numbers in the West Coast matchup last night. I think you might know where I'm going with this, but how would you like to be on the verge of a no-hitter and then lose the game? Which is exactly what happened with the Athletics and the Angels. I'll let you take it from here.
Yeah, Athletic starter J.T. Ginn was sailing along, took the no-hitter into the 9th inning, gave up a leadoff. Let's see, he walked the first guy. No, a leadoff single. Yeah, a leadoff single to Adam Frazier in the bottom of the 9th inning. And then Zach Neto followed with a 2-run homer. Is it Neto?
Neto.
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 He followed with a 2-run homer They gave the Los Angeles Angels a 2-1 victory over the Athletics, snapping a 6-game skid. So, yeah, JT Ginn thought that was his night, took a no-hitter in the 9th inning, gave up the leadoff single, and then gave up a 2-run homer, and he eventually lost the game by the score of 2-1. So the highs and lows from Major League Baseball last night.
What do they say? The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat, the old Keith Jackson ABC Saturday morning sports show every morning. But yeah, it was on cloud 9, was humming along. Offense, what are you doing? Get the guy some run support. Jesus. He's throwing a no-hitter for you and you can manage one measly run. What an Athletics way to lose.
That's the Athletics, though, isn't it?
That's the Athletics.
Waking up with Mike and Tyson.
The Athletics that at the beginning of the week were top in the American League West. So,
God, that ain't saying much, though, is it?
No, the American League's trash.
Yeah. Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is a Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Again, 402-834-1330 is the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. If you'd like to chime in with us here this morning, join us at the breakfast table. 402-834-1330, either sports-related or not. Love to hear from you here this morning. Got plenty of time to chat with you today. Kind of one of those days, so to speak. If you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, we're monitoring those comments as well. A couple of things in the NFL we want to talk about this morning. Looks like Nashville is expected to be named the host of the Super Bowl in 2030. The NFL owners are meeting for their spring league meetings this week, and sometime during the meetings, they're expected to name Nashville as the Super Bowl host for 2030. This will be the first time that the Music City would host the Super Bowl, with the event showcasing the Titans' new stadium, which is expected to open in 2027. So Nashville expected to get the Super Bowl by 2030. The Super Bowl this year is going to be at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, on Valentine's Day. It's going to be on February 14th, 2027. That's the Super Bowl this year. Easy to remember. It's Valentine's Day. Take your sweetie out and...
It's 4 years from now. How is that easy to remember? It's 4 years from now.
No, this year's Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you lost me.
Yeah, this year's Super Bowl is going to be on February 14th, 2027 at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. The 2028 Super Bowl is going to be Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium again, the home of the Atlanta Falcons. Then the 2029 Super Bowl is expected to go to Vegas. So it's going to be Inglewood, California, Atlanta, Las Vegas, and Nashville as your Super Bowl sites here for the next several years. So playing a Super Bowl in Nashville for the first time. And the NFL is expected to award the 2028 NFL Draft to Minneapolis.
That'd be cool.
During their meetings this week. This year's draft in Pittsburgh drew a record 805,000 fans across the 3 days, according to the league. It averaged 13.2 million viewers on television and all the digital platforms. Now, the draft is expected to bring in $100 to $200 million in economic impact to the Minneapolis region. So, Minneapolis is expected to get the 2028 NFL draft. You say, where's next year's draft going to be held? 2027 draft is going to be held in Washington, D.C. So there you go. On a slow sports day, You've got the Super Bowl set up all the way through 2030. You've got the NFL draft set up now for the next couple of years. And your TV viewing pleasure is up to date with the Super Bowl and the NFL draft now.
All right. Well, in other news, CBS Sports has come out with their Big Ten preseason power rankings. Power rankings are a little different than like a poll, because a poll has people thinking that they actually matter. Power rankings are basically the same thing, but people know they don't matter, but they are fun to look at and give you kind of an idea of where you might finish in the Big Ten season. We, as predicted in Vegas, are not power ranked very high. I would like you to take a stab
This is for
projecting.
football, right?
This is for football coming up in the fall.
Okay.
I would like you to take a stab at projecting where you think we fall in the conference power rankings.
Well, we kind of gazed into that earlier with the win totals that Vegas had us sitting at
5.5.
5.5. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll say 12th.
You have a more negative outlook than CBS Sports. Hold on, let me pull her right back up. CBS Sports has us power ranked in 10th. The Huskers aren't close to joining the Big Ten top tier, they quote. But the trajectory under Matt Rule continues to trend upward, even if some in Lincoln might disagree.
How can they say that? What do you mean? What do you mean it's trending up? How can CBS Sports say that?
They say that 2 years ago, Nebraska snapped a streak of 7 consecutive losing seasons. Then last year, won more conference games than they had in 8 years. And now the next benchmark would be reaching 8 games. So they say trajectory is trending upwards, and we are power ranked in 10th.
God, we're taking baby steps. I mean real baby steps.
Right. Like, again, just follow the model of Indiana and figure it out.
Yeah, we're taking real baby steps if that's what they're making our trajectory on the upward bound here.
Well, how many times have we taken backward steps, though, throughout this entire journey that we have taken and endured as a fan base over the last 26 years? And everyone is like, oh, man, these steps are so small and it's taking forever. How many times did we step backwards throughout this journey? At least 3 times. We took a step backwards. And so it's taken some time to get even back to, like, zero, back to the floor. Because, we were in the basement for so long. So, I don't know. I guess I would have thought we'd even been a little bit higher in terms of the power rankings. Maybe put us over in Illinois. That's the one that I just... What really gets under my skin is when you have Illinois as a better football team than us right now.
Do you have those pulled up right now?
I do. Well,
give us a rundown. Who's ahead of us?
Well, Illinois is sitting at number 9.
Yeah.
Which was stupid frustrating. And hold on. There we go. Okay, now we're loaded. And at number 8 would be the Iowa Hawkeyes. They are putting a Washington Huskies for a bounce-back season with the contract now that Desmond Williams Jr. had to sign. I remember he was the big recruit they got in, and then he hit the transfer portal, and then they said, oh, no, you don't, because you're not going to get any of your nil money. And then they made him sign the contract to stay. So with him back at Washington, they have them at 7. Number 6, be interesting to see new head coach Matt Campbell here in year 1 for Penn State. They have Michigan at 5, USC at 4. A lot of pressure on Lincoln Riley this year to get it right for the USC Trojans. Indiana sitting at 3. 2 is Dan Lanning and the Oregon Ducks, and they still have Ohio State as the top team to beat in the Big Ten.
All right, so the CBS Power rankings are out here in May. I see the IT guy is chiming in on the social media sites. 6-6.
Third-tier program.
Husker football is a third-tier program. Chime in on your thoughts. As long as we're talking football, we kind of made a pact a couple of weeks ago. We wouldn't be talking football until June or July.
It's the easiest thing to drag out on a slow sports day.
Yeah, a slow sports day. So what do? You grab the CBS Power rankings, and they've got us stuck down there at number 10. Do you agree with that in the Power rankings? IT guy has got us in at 6-6. What do you think? That's right on the number for Las Vegas. They got us at 5.5 wins.
I see 6-6, but history has proved like those games that I could see us getting 6-6 also proves that we could be 4-7, or not 4-7, excuse me, 4-8.
Yeah, 4-8.
We've lost some of those games that I would have probably put in the win category last year with last year's team, but we lost.
God,
we lost a lot, Mike.
I know, but if we go 4-8, we were talking about baby steps forward.
Right.
Going 4-8. No.
The thing is, like, okay.
Is that the end of Matt Rule then at 4-8?
Yeah. Probably. The other side of the equation is who we're going to get and who's going to be any better.
There's a lot of coaches out there.
There's a lot of coaches out there. The thing is, though, like, look at this roster. Who are you excited about heading into the season?
A quarterback that we know nothing about?
We're excited about Calandria, right?
Yeah, a quarterback that we have not seen play yet.
A quarterback that came from a mid-major conference that, you lit up the scoreboard and you did some amazing things. There's a lot of what was the Boise State quarterback? Did a lot of amazing things. Kellen Moore, right? Did a lot of amazing things at Boise State. Didn't really amount to shit in the NFL when he actually played some big high-caliber competition. My nervousness about this Calandria gamble is you get one of those quarterbacks kind of like a Jeff Sims in the ACC, who, by the way, was a big red flag even when we got him out of the ACC. And, his wheels looked great, but he was going against mid-tier defenses. I have the same, and I don't want to call it negativity. I don't want to call it naysaying. Just caution, right? Like approaching with caution, maybe not gulping down the Roulade as some are doing with the Calandria signing in the offseason, because he hasn't played the top tier competition that I want to see. And what happens when the big uglies from Ohio State come blowing through our offensive line that we didn't get fixed in the offseason, that we put a lot of stock into in the early season recruiting. We got some good freshmen, but we're not going to throw them out to the wolves right away. I am approaching this season with a little bit. I don't want to call
cautious.
I don't want to call it pessimism. It's just caution. I don't want to get guilty of slamming on the accelerator too fast.
And that's not like you. I think you and I both jumped on the big bandwagon last year and took a big gulp.
We were the drivers.
Yeah, we were the drivers of this wagon last year.
We
were drinking the Roulade early. We had us playing possibly for a Big Ten championship.
Yeah.
We were the drivers of the wagon.
It's just it's twofold for me. And again, it's not pessimism, and I want to be very clear on that. I'm not just, woe is us and the sky is falling. I'm just being cautious, and my cautious optimism going into the season is twofold, because it's the way we ended last year, getting our butts kicked by Iowa, and then whatever that vomit version of football was on our bowl game when we got our tail kicked in by Utah, and it was embarrassing in the process with a coach that looks like me on the podcast with a backwards cap and a gold chain. Like,
I hope he gets rid of that look.
Oh, he's got to, right?
I kind of like Matt Rule.
But
do
too.
The last couple of games, when he kind of took on that defensive coaching role, he turned his hat on backwards and kind of turned into a geek. No, that's not a head coach. Get him back to being a head coach.
Okay, on the flip side of the coin, if we were to kick the crap out of Utah with the hat turned backwards, you can do it all you want, buddy.
Yeah,
right?
Anything you want to do.
When you do that, and it's embarrassing, and then we get embarrassed, so it's like twofold.
Yeah. Act like you've been there before. That's what I always say.
Just let it gray. Like, he's got a good set of gray hair. Like, just let it show. Silver Fox.
God. No, I didn't like that look at all at the end of last year.
Comment section. Last day of school for Adams Central. Thanks for all the teachers for their hard work. I think Hastings Public is Thursday.
Yep. School's out for the summer.
Getting there for everybody now.
School's out.
Amber also says that's because we are a basketball state now.
Yeah, she's hopped on the basketball bandwagon.
I'm cool with I'm cool with us hopping on all of the sports bandwagon. Softball, baseball, throw them in the mix too. That's going to be a fun spring and summer. I still, though, as much success nationally as the volleyball program has had, as fun as this run was in basketball, as much as I love baseball and softball and diamond sports, football's on another level, and it always will be. And all the people that are like, oh, it's a basketball state and volleyball state, we're all the sports states except for football, but we're still most passionate about football.
You know why? Because it makes us the most money. It always will. No, it always will.
Yeah.
And it's going to dominate. I don't care if we go 4-8 this year. It's still going to be
every
what we
week.
Talk about. Yeah, what we talk about.
Injected
what we
into
talk
our
about.
DNA.
Yeah, that's what we talk about in May.
On a slow sports day.
Yeah, what do? We bring out Nebraska football to talk about. You know why? Because that's what people want to hear and talk about.
Mm-hmm.
In May, we talk about Nebraska football.
You can't get enough. That's why there are daily podcasts.
Yeah,
there are daily podcasts about Nebraska football that go on for the better part of 3 hours.
And that's all they do is talk about Nebraska football.
They don't even dissect the other national sports teams. Like, I don't know how you sit there and can break down a position for 3 hours and come back the next day and break down that same position, part two of our conversation.
Or another position.
Oh, it's just...
Hell, there's 22 positions on a football team.
Well, that gives them 22 shows.
22 shows. What are you going to do for the rest of the time until practice starts? That's not what we do here on Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
Unless we have an emergency slow sports day.
And that's today. We talk Husker football. 7:28, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Hastings Public Schools has selected John Hauser as its next superintendent. The school board expected to formally announce the appointment during its next regular meeting. Hauser has served as the district's acting superintendent and previously worked as director of learning and support. The selection follows the resignation of former superintendent Dr. Chris Prasowski earlier this spring. Meanwhile, at the state capitol, Nebraska's budget outlook has worsened for the second straight month as state revenues continue falling short of projections. New figures from the Department of Revenue show April net tax receipts came in at about $57 million below the forecast, largely because of higher than expected income tax refunds. State lawmakers had already been dealing with a projected budget deficit earlier this spring, and officials say stronger sales tax collections helped offset some losses, but concern remains about the state's long-term fiscal outlook heading into next year's legislative session. They're going to talk about the budget again. Can you believe it? 7:30. back over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going on with sports?
Well, Sports Today brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings and Blue Hill, your 24-hour wellness center where members can access a variety of amenities on their own time. In sports, the Nebraska men's basketball team will face an early season test this November when the Huskers face Providence in the 2026 Basketball Hall of Fame tip-off. The game will take place on November 7th at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Unkinsville, Connecticut. It'll be part of a college basketball doubleheader that day. The other game is going to pit Rhode Island up against Monmouth. The announcement marks the second non-conference game announced for the 2026-2027 season, as Nebraska will face Boise State in Sioux Falls on November the 15th. Jordy Fromm of Nebraska has been named to the top 3 list for USA Softball's Collegiate Player of the Year. This is the second consecutive year that she has been a top 3 finalist for the award. Fromm joins Megan Grant of UCLA and Isa Torres of Florida State. Fromm leads the Huskers with a .421 batting average with 19 home runs, 50 RBIs, and 57 runs scored. In the circle, she is 19-4 with a 1.15 earned run average with 12 saves. Grand Island beat Lincoln Southwest 5-2 in 8 innings yesterday at the Class A State High School Baseball Tournament in Omaha. Grand Island will play Papillion La Vista South in the elimination game at 7 tonight. In the other games yesterday, Millard North beat Millard South 11-1. Omaha Westside defeated Creighton Prep 3-2. And Lincoln East defeated Papillion La Vista South 8-1. Lincoln Southwest and Creighton Prep have been eliminated. In Class B, Lincoln Pius and Lincoln Standing Bear have been ousted from the state tournament. Pius lost to Gretna East 3-2 yesterday, while Standing Bear lost to Seward 7-2. In the other games, Omaha Scott got by Omaha Gross 1-0, and Elkhorn North shut out Platte Valley by the score of 7-0. In Class C, St. Paul Palmer and Arlington have been eliminated. St. Paul Palmer lost to Guardian Angels Central Catholic 4-3 yesterday, while Omaha Roncalli knocked off Arlington 7-2. In the other games yesterday, Mount Michael defeated Central City Centura 6-5, and Lincoln Lutheran shut out Auburn by the score of 3-0. Adams Central won the C4 District Golf Tournament yesterday at the Southern Hills Country Club. The Patriots finished with a score of 305. St. Paul was second, 323. Kearney Catholic came in third with a 327. Braden Dyer of Adams Central was the medalist with a 73. Meanwhile, Red Cloud won the D1 tournament at the Indian Head Golf Course in Grand Island. The Warriors finished with a team score of 345. Silver Lake was second with a 349. St. Cecilia finished third with a 350. Lucas Armstrong of Red Cloud was the medalist with an 81. Jameson Sullivan of St. Cecilia finished seventh with an 85. The State High School Track and Field Championships get underway tomorrow at Omaha Burke Stadium. Classes A and B will compete on Wednesday and Thursday. Classes C and D will be on the track and in the field on Friday and Saturday. And the rain-delayed state soccer tournament will continue today. Girls Championships. Lincoln Pius will play Blair for the Class B state championship at 4:30 this afternoon, followed by the Class A game between Omaha Marion and Elkhorn South. The boys' championships will be played on Wednesday. Gretna will play Lexington for the Class B state championship at 4:30, followed by the Class A state championship game between Lincoln Southwest and Omaha Scott. That's a check on your sports headlines here this morning, coming up on 7:35 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones. On this Tuesday, we'll have decreasing clouds throughout the day and will eventually be sunny. And with that, it'll be a little breezy. We'll have north winds 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 and a high in the low 60s. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 40 degrees, 61, mostly cloudy on Wednesday. We keep shower chances on Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday night, and all the way into the weekend as well. And our temperatures will be in the 50s and 60s heading into the weekend.
Right now in Hastings, we've got north winds at 16. It is cloudy. It is 43 in Hastings. With those north winds at 16, it feels like 29 as you head out the door here this morning. 7:36 now on Extreme Sports.
Looking for the perfect way to spend your Friday night in Hastings? Head just east of town on J Street and experience the excitement of Cam Raceway. Every Friday night through August, Cam Raceway brings you a full evening of grassroots racing on Nebraska's fastest 8th-mile dirt track. You'll see it all. Stock non-wing micros, restricted micros, junior sprints, junior cage karts, adult flat karts, and junior flat karts. Catch all the local drivers, all competing for the win under the lights. Gates open at 7 p.m. and racing gets underway at 8 p.m. And the best part, admission is just $10, and kids 12 and under get in free with a paying adult. So this Friday night, skip the routine and make your way to Cam Raceway, where the engines fire up, the dirt flies, and the whole family can enjoy a night at the races.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information. When it comes to protecting what matters most, you need a team you can trust. At Jones Group Insurance in Kennesaw, they're committed to helping individuals, families, and businesses plan for today and prepare for tomorrow. From home, auto, and farm insurance to life coverage and retirement planning, the Jones Group takes the time to understand your goals and build a plan that fits your future. Local service, personalized guidance, trusted protection. Call Jones Group Insurance today and experience the difference a hometown team can make.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time. answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson and Bronick with you on Extreme Sports. Huddle up. It's a Tuesday, the 19th of May. Weather-wise, Tim just had it in his forecast. Going to be chilly, windy, all the way up until the weekend. We could see some rain pop up during the day on Friday. It always rains on Memorial Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it always rains on Memorial Day weekend. So the Friday forecast calling for maybe some rain and then the warming up for a Saturday, Sunday, and a Monday as you enjoy the long weekend. By the way, another reminder, you and I will not be here Friday or Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy the holiday weekend.
Taking the camper out so that you can enjoy a nice steady rainfall on Friday.
Yeah, we don't seem to be bothered by that because we're kind of used to it.
Right?
Yeah, it might rain, but it's not going to rain the entire weekend. You don't have to be gloom and doom about it.
I wasn't gloom and doom about it.
A lot of people do. Well, it's going to rain. No, it might rain Friday, but it's going to be nice Saturday and Sunday on into Monday. So get out and enjoy it. Don't be gloom and, I see it's going to rain. No, it's not going to rain 100% of the time. So get out and do whatever you got planned for the weekend.
My plan is Husker softball, man.
Yeah, Huskers. I was just going to get into that because
there you go.
We got Huskers softball in the Super Regionals beginning on Thursday against Oklahoma State. That will get underway at 8 o'clock on Thursday. They'll play another game on Friday, and the if necessary game is going to be on Saturday. Nebraska baseball, in case you're wondering, we're a top 4 seed for the Big Ten Conference Baseball Tournament that gets underway today in Omaha. Huskers will wait around until Friday to play in this goofy little bracket that they've got in the Big Ten Conference Baseball Tournament. There's going to be a double elimination tournament starting today with everybody but the top 4 teams. And then, is it 4? Is it 4 teams?
Yes.
Out of their little pods that move into the
quarterfinals
on Friday to play our top 4 seeds.
There was another theory that was discussed. This was a big topic yesterday. Apparently that Facebook post I made was pretty interesting for a lot of folks. But then, last night I'm down sipping drinks and some guy comes in. He goes, "Hey, I saw your post about the Big Ten baseball tournament, and I have another theory." And he goes, he was listening to a lot of sports shows and widely talked about that also doing it this way apparently protects the RPI, which is a big number in terms of the selection for the field of 64. Because if your top 4 seeds, if one of those was to lose twice in the conference tournament to a lower seed, that would then negatively impact their RPI, so that if you only lose once to a low seed, then your RPI is not as negatively impacted. So that was another validation.
Yeah, that's a good comment there.
So they're actually by doing this screwy little tournament, they're protecting the integrity of the regular season body of work for the top 4 teams, and while still giving an opportunity for another team to potentially punch their ticket.
So do we, once again, here comes the conversation, do we really need these conference tournaments?
Yeah, because I think that this is going to give an opportunity for one of those teams that's not in the top 4 to maybe push the Big Ten to get 5 teams into the tournament, where I think right now we're probably projected for 4.
Yeah, maybe. But if your RPI, if that team that's going to move in and maybe make a run, if your RPI sucks, they're not going to bring you in anyway. Unless you
win the damn
maybe
thing.
The championship game.
Yeah. You could play
I think Didn't
Do
we
what
do
we
it a couple
did.
of years ago? Yeah, we did it a couple of years ago.
We've done it back-to-back years. Back-to-back years, we've come up through the consolation ladder. We've done it the hard way. We've had to go all the way up after a round one loss and work our way back through. And I think the back-to-back Big Ten titles for the past 2 seasons has put Nebraska into the national conversation, put us into the field of 64 with the automatic bid. I don't think we would have been there had it not been for the conference tournament. So, hell yeah, I'm going to advocate for the conference tournament.
All right, so, Nebraska will wait around till Friday. They get a 5 o'clock start, and we'll see who are going to play when this goofy little double elimination tournament runs this week. The games today, by the way, in the Big Ten tournament, Purdue will play Michigan State at 9, followed by Iowa against Illinois. Then at 5 o'clock, it'll be Michigan against Rutgers, followed by Ohio State against Washington. All the games, by the way, at Charles Schwab in Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
I bet we have more fans for the Big Ten baseball tournament than we saw for the Big Ten softball tournament down at the University of Maryland.
I don't know about the 9 o'clock in the morning game.
Oh, yeah, there'll be more than 300 people there.
You think so? For Purdue and Michigan
right.
State?
Yeah, damn right. There'll be more than 300 people in the stands.
I guess if you're in Omaha and you're a baseball fan, a college baseball fan,
you're going to take off the entire
You're
week.
probably taking off the week, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, with Memorial Day coming up, you're going to take it off anyway.
No, that's a good time to schedule a little baseball vacation.
So, there'll be more
Yeah,
than
you're right.
300 people
We'll have over 300 people
in the stands. So, Michigan State and Purdue, followed by Iowa against Illinois. There'll be more people in the stands for the Iowa game.
Oh, yeah.
Then at 5 o'clock, Michigan and Rutgers and Ohio State, Washington.
How many people are putting on Illinois jerseys just to piss off Iowa?
Oh, yeah.
How many Husker fans are going to be cheering for Illinois?
Yeah, there'll probably be plenty of Husker fans in the stands.
Just to watch Iowa lose. That's one of our other favorite pastimes, right? Watch Nebraska sports and watch whoever's beating up on Iowa. There is a monumental, pivotal matchup in soccer that we have to get to today. Slow Sports Day. I'm going to get some knowledge in today. Go ahead.
I said it was a slow sports day, and then I read down all the high school stuff.
Right.
It's really not a slow sports day. It's just
slow on the national scene.
Yeah. We talked some Major League Baseball earlier, and we actually led off this show with the NHL, which doesn't happen very often.
Right. So I'm going to take a few minutes here to get you caught up on what you need to know across the pond over in England, where the best division in all of soccer is being played. That's the Premier League. That's where the world's greatest. They always go to play in the English clubs. Arsenal picked up a big win yesterday against West Ham. No, not West Ham. Newcastle played West Ham. Anyways, Arsenal won yesterday. That has put them in the driver's seat to clinch the regular season title, the league title, which clinches them a spot in the European Champions League next year. They have not yet hoisted the trophy because Man City is still nipping at their heels. They're in the driver's seat right now. They're number one. Arsenal could clinch today with a desirable result in the Manchester City-Bournemouth game. If Bournemouth, the Cherries, were to pull off the upset of the century, Arsenal would be your champions. So that gets underway at 1:30 this afternoon. A big game in Bournemouth.
That is as clear as mud, my man.
Basically, if Bournemouth wins, then Arsenal is the champion.
So I can watch that today if I don't have anything to do?
1:30 on USA.
I think I got that still on my cable system. So, all right, that's...
Put on some soccer.
A little TV watching there. TV watching, a little soccer. I think I got a little kids track meet on my agenda for today. Yeah, Adams Central, their final day of school, they have the elementary track meet.
Beautiful day for it.
Yeah, beautiful day for track. Be out there with my winter attire on. Did your furnace kick on last night?
No. I don't even think I shut it off from the AC mode, so.
How cold was it when you woke up this morning?
It's still at 60.
It's 60 in your house right now?
Yeah.
60 in your office?
Yeah.
God, that's too cold.
Oh, no, it's got to get below 50.
Before your furnace kicks on?
Before my furnace kicks on 3 days before Memorial Day weekend, you're damn right it's got to get below 50. I made a pact, man. We made a pact in April.
Shouldn't be worried about keeping your house warm Memorial Day.
Did your furnace kick on? Because if your furnace kicked on, you broke the pact.
Yeah, I did. I broke the pact a long time ago. I lost that bet with you.
You gotta let that be known. Be like Kramer. I'm out of the contest. You broke the pact.
The wife / bookkeeper.
It's her fault.
She told me before we retired last night, I set the furnace at 63. I said, you turn the furnace back on? Yeah, but it's at 63. It's not going to turn on.
It turned on.
So this morning when I got up at 4 o'clock.
And the furnace is running?
It clicked on.
Mm-hmm.
About 10 minutes after I woke up. It clicked on. So that means it was lower than 63 in my house. So, yeah, I lost the pack.
I'm so disappointed. I have to sneeze. Hold on.
7:51. Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. It's a huddle up on Extreme Sports for this Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
You all right now?
Yeah, I'm good. I didn't get a sneeze, so it's just gonna sit there and linger for the rest of the show.
Oh,
but
God, that's the worst.
Yep,
that's the worst. Anyway, let's get a check in the news headlines this morning.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Well, a new superintendent has been named for Hastings Public Schools as they have selected John Hauser. The school board expected to formally announce the appointment during its next regular meeting. Hauser has served as the district's acting superintendent and previously worked as director of learning and support. The selection follows the resignation of former superintendent Dr. Chris Persowski earlier this spring. Meanwhile, at the state capitol, Nebraska's budget outlook has worsened. For the second straight month, the state revenues continue to fall short of projections. New figures from the Department of Revenue show April net tax receipts came in at about $57 million below forecast, largely because of higher than expected income tax refunds. State lawmakers had already been dealing with a projected budget deficit earlier this spring, and concerns remain about the state's long-term fiscal outlook heading into next year's legislative session as well. It is now 7:53. Let's head over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going on in sports?
Well, sports today brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa, America's first 24-hour holistic wellness center. They're located at 208 South Burlington and Hastings, or you can find them in Blue Hill. The Nebraska men's basketball team will face an early season test this November when the Huskers face Providence in the 2026 Basketball Hall of Fame tip-off. The game will take place on November 7th at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Uncasville, Connecticut. It's going to be part of a college basketball doubleheader that day. The other game will pit Rhode Island against Monmouth. The announcement marks the second non-conference game announced for the 2026-2027 season, as Nebraska will face Boise State in Sioux Falls on November the 15th. Jordy Fromm of Nebraska has been named to the top 3 list for USA Softball's Collegiate Player of the Year. This is the second consecutive year that she's been on the top 3 finalist list for the award. She'll join Megan Grant of UCLA and Isa Torres of Florida State as the finalist. Fromm is leading the Huskers with a .421 batting average, 19 home runs, 50 RBIs, 57 runs scored. In the circle, she's 19-4 with a 1.15 earned run average with 12 saves. Grand Island beat Lincoln Southwest 5-2 in 8 innings yesterday at the Class A State High School Baseball Tournament in Omaha. Grand Island will play Papillion La Vista South in the elimination game at 7 o'clock tonight. After yesterday's action, Lincoln Southwest and Creighton Prep have been ousted from the tournament. Class B, Lincoln Pius and Lincoln Standing Bear have been eliminated. And the teams ousted out of the Class C state tournament yesterday, St. Paul Palmer and Arlington. Adams Central wins the C4 District Golf Tournament yesterday at Southern Hills. Patriots finished with a team score at 305, St. Paul second, Kearney Catholic third. Braden Dyer of Adams Central, the medalist, with a 73. At the D1 tournament up at the Indian Head Golf Course in Grand Island, Red Cloud won the championship with a 345. Silver Lake was second with a 349. St. Cecilia came in third with a 350. Lucas Armstrong of Red Cloud was a medalist with an 81. Jameson Sullivan of St. Cecilia finished seventh with an 85. The State High School Track and Field Championships get underway tomorrow at Omaha Burke Stadium. Classes A and B will compete on Wednesday and Thursday. Classes C and D on Friday and Saturday. And we've got state championships in soccer being played today. The girls' championship game in Class B will have Lincoln Pius playing Blair. And then the Class A game for the girls will be Omaha Marion and Elkhorn South. The boys' championships will be played on Wednesday. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:57 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
On this Tuesday, we'll have decreasing clouds throughout the day and will eventually be sunny. And with that, it'll be a little breezy. We'll have north winds 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 and a high in the low 60s. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 40 degrees, 61, mostly cloudy on Wednesday. We keep shower chances on Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday night, and all the way into the weekend as well. And our temperatures will be in the 50s and 60s heading into the weekend.
We've got north winds this morning at 16. Cloudy skies 43 in Hastings. Feels like 29 this morning at Extreme Sports.
You could sit at home this weekend, or you could be 350 feet above the North Loop River Valley with a glass of wine in hand. At Miletta Vista Winery, we've got the view, the food, and the wine to make the drive worth it. Lunch, dinner, or small plate appetizers, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. No stress, no rush, just a better way to spend your time. Miletta Vista Winery. Come and see what you've been missing. Miletta Vista Winery, St. Paul, Nebraska. Let us know you're coming. 308-754-4416.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Looking for the perfect spot before or after the game? Head to Miscue's Sports Bar and Grill in Hastings. Choose from your favorite sandwich or build your own burger or chicken sandwich just the way you like it. Your choice of cheese, sauces, and all your favorite toppings. Craving wings? Choose from over 20 sauces and rubs that bring the flavor every time. Grab an appetizer, catch the game on the big screens, or challenge your friends to a game of pool or darts. There's always something to do. And don't forget the daily lunch specials. Miscue's Sports Bar and Grill, 316 South Elm. Great food, great games, and the perfect hangout in Hastings.
Get ready, race fans. Cam Raceway is teaming up with Extreme Sports for an electrifying season of high-speed, dirt-slinging, adrenaline-pumping action. Every race night, we're bringing you live video coverage straight from the track, so you won't miss a single lap, pass, or photo finish. From non-wing warriors to cage carts, flat carts, and the A-class wing beasts, we've got it all. There's nothing like the roar of the engines, the smell of burning rubber, and the rush of dirt flying action right in front of you. So get to the track and experience it live. But if you can't make it, don't sweat. Extreme Sports has you covered. Buckle up, because this season is going to be fast, fierce, and unforgettable. Make sure you like and follow Extreme Sports on Facebook to get all the latest updates, and we will see you at the track.
All right, Mike Will, Tyson of Bronick with you. It's a Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Tuesday. So busy in Omaha, state baseball tournament going on. We've got state soccer. They're going to be playing their championship games today and tomorrow. State high school track and field championships getting underway tomorrow at Omaha Burke. It'll run through Saturday. And also we've got the Big Ten Conference baseball tournament. God, are there any rooms available in Omaha this weekend?
I don't know. Probably. They have a lot of hotels, dude.
I know, but there's going to be a lot of people in Omaha this week.
Gretna, Papillion.
Yeah, a lot of those teams probably are
Vista
rooms. So,
or the hotel across from our favorite restaurant, probably bussin' this weekend.
Oh yeah. Girls are probably happy at our favorite restaurant.
The staff is probably grinning from ear to ear.
We're not there.
We didn't get to go this year. we remember how special those trips are.
Yeah. And I was looking forward to it again this year. But we didn't get to go this year. So, anyway, again, the Big Ten baseball starts at 9 this morning. We've got state high school baseball tournaments in all three classes. They're going to be playing some elimination games today. So there's a lot of activity. State soccer, as we mentioned, playing their championship game. So there's a lot going on in the sports world today. And don't forget soccer, as you mentioned.
At 1:30 on USA.
USA.
The Cherries trying to shock the world.
Who do you like?
Oh, Man City's going to roll them.
Are they?
Yeah.
Are they like the crushers of the league?
Man City and Arsenal.
Are they?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll still be playing meaningful soccer this weekend.
All right, so
Don't get your hopes up.
That's what's going on in your sports world today. Again, if you'd like to listen to the show again, you can go to the podcast section, download the podcast, and listen to it at your convenience today. You'll find it on all of our social media sites here today. School is winding down. Final day of school at Adams Central today, so school is out for the summer. Anyway, enjoy your day today. We'll catch you again tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock with Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on X.